Yes, for 20 years.
Yeah, that's pretty permanent.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
They took it as
Let the landlord take care of it.
anybody that's coming in is coming,
But
especially.
my question is, they do all the work in here.
Oh, yes, the whole group.
I don't know why they accepted
More,
that.
yes, but the electrical is so messed up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Too
wonder
costly.
how far they get reimbursed on that.
From what I hear, nothing really. Not reimbursed for any of what they do.
And I mean, Larry did a phenomenal amount of work.
Well, that's where they made the mistake, by not having that secret stuff with the landlord. And made it fine, I guess. Like I said, I call Rod. I would call him.
Stuff hanging down from the ceiling, I didn't even see it on the camera. And it was a pain.
Good morning.
Good morning.
That was not quite what I planned to start with. Good morning, good morning. I'm so glad to see
More,
everyone.
Mom?
Welcome to this wonderful sunshiny Sunday we have.
Yeah.
With all the rain we've had recently, it's just been glorious to wake up to blue sky.
Yeah.
Oh. Yes, I am supposed to be using the microphone, thank you. And I shouted. Well, welcome. Whether you are here for the first time or have been coming for a while, it's always nice to kind of go back to the basics to make sure we all know we're all on the same page, as my mother would say. So this is a high-level summary of Science of Mind beliefs. We teach a lot of things. It's a variety because God is everywhere, truth is everywhere. But we kind of hone in on these four. And the first is there is a power for good, and we can use it by thinking. All thought is creative and influential. There's a whole lot packed into that one sentence. That there is a power, and that it is essentially good, and that we can work with it by thinking, and that everything that we think is creative and influential. So you don't have to worry about the quick flights of fancy that go through your mind. But if you have an intent, if you think things over and over and over again, they're going to shape your world. And you might as well do it consciously and by choice, knowing that you've got the power of good behind your thinking. Second is there is only God. All evil starts and stops in the mind of people. See number one, thought is creative. If your mind is full of evil or, shall we say, lower vibrations, it's going to come out. Okay? But that's not God. That's the humans in our world and us. Third is everything in our experience is either a call for love or an expression for love. No exceptions. And the tricky part, of course, is when it's both at the same time. We all act from the highest understanding of love that we have. And some of us have a higher understanding than others. And if your understanding is low, that's as much of a call for love as it is an expression of love. And finally, you are whole, perfect, and complete just as you are right now. And that means the essence of you, which you've had since the day you were conceived, and actually before that. But you have always been whole, perfect, and complete. You may have learned some behaviors that you would like to change, but that doesn't alter the fundamental truth that you are whole, perfect, and complete just as you are right now. Now, I want you to get up off your feet and join Gary and sing Get Up Off Your Feet.
Well,
If you want. Get up off your feet. stage. Turn and say hello and greet the people around the
Well, thank you, thank you.
Please greet one another. We are so glad you are here.
Namaste to you. Sherry, I'm trying to stay warm. I'm Barbara.
Susan, namaste.
I'll try to remember that.
If you don't, you ask for prayer. And said
What I do.
phone call. Then they'll never call you. I will call you.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, announcements. It is the week before Thanksgiving. Can you believe it?
No.
No. As someone says, this we're getting too close to the 30-day countdown for Christmas. However, if you decide to do more than just eat on Thanksgiving, there is a run or walk to feed the hungry. And Jim and Jennifer Cartan are kind of the leading of the people who want to get more involved and get a t-shirt and run or walk. If you just want to donate money to the cause, which is the Sacramento Food Bank and Family Services, see Ann Banks and Brooks for more. I'm sorry, this is one of those mornings. Ann Brooks for more information. We have a whole bunch of stuff coming up. December is a very social month. The YOLO CSL is having their annual holiday cabaret. And if you all know David Clark at all, then you know his wife Heather is a professional musician and has amazing connections into the creative community. So the cabaret is fabulous. And our own Doug is going to be doing poetry. He's kind of the palate cleanser between all the music. If you're interested in going, contact me. We can carpool from here. You can get your tickets either on site or through the YOLO CSL. And this is Sunday, December 7th.
How much are the tickets?
I don't know. I would think $20 or $25. It's a fundraiser. Okay.
And I believe it's in the evening doors open at 5.
Yeah.
Feel this.
Okay.
Feel this.
And then on December 9th, which is a Tuesday, the Auburn Symphony is doing its annual Messiah Sing-Along. Deb and I have been going for probably 10 years at this point.
Or 20. Who knows?
Or a long time. If you are interested, see me. You'll need to get your own tickets through the Auburn Symphony online, and then we can carpool from one of two places. So just talk to me if you're interested in that. It is an incredible amount of fun. The symphony has the soloists, and we sing the chorus parts. And it's always sold out. Okay. So you have lots of people around you singing. And not all of us on too.
When is that one?
That is Tuesday, the 9th of December. On December 14th, we're going to have our candle lighting service, followed by a holiday potluck and tree trimming. And thank you, Tony, for bringing us a live tree that day. Many of you know about our Evening of Blessing. It is a very special time where you will have the opportunity to meet with several different practitioners in a private session and get treatment. And it's all very sacred and it's beautiful. And we decided that would be a wonderful time to end one year and begin another. So it's going to be on New Year's Eve, starting at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll be out by 5, so before dark and before it gets too social, shall we say, on the roads. So, Evening of Blessings. And this is going to be in the weekly news flash that you get every week.
How do we get that?
If you're on our mailing list, you get it.
Email. No, I'm not on the
Well, then talk to Emma and she'll get you on the mailing list.
Okay.
Okay, and I would like to bring up Debbie Putnam right now to do our invocation and meditation. Most of you know Reverend Debbie. She's been part of the community for many years. And she is a delight and a gem and a joy. So Please welcome Reverend Debbie.
Good morning, beautiful faces.
Good morning.
Oh my gosh. And I'm so glad that, when I get to the talk part, it's already basically been given by the, Gary Lynn Floyd and everything, so I don't really have to say much. So I feel very relieved. This is excellent. Right now we're going to drop into the next portion of deepening our connection in this moment. Today is all about connectedness. In this moment and always, there is one infinite power, one infinite grace, one infinite well-being, one infinite peace, one infinite wisdom of the universe that permeates all things, that is moving right here and right now through the Sacramento Center for Spiritual Living, through me, Debbie, as I am one with this good, through each and every one of us here, each and every one attending online, each and every one who sees this service at any time, and all we connect with are one with this infinite presence of being. This presence now works through this service, creating exactly the message, the inspiration, and the connection with each other and with spiritual truth that we have all come for. This infinite presence is the technology, it is the talk, it is the music, it is the friendships, it is the laughter, it is the love, it is the brilliant ideas that are surfacing, the opportunities, the gratitude, the service, all the things. This good is happening now, and I give thanks. It is done, and so it is.
So it is.
And now for our readings. All we have to do is walk outside and gaze at one leaf long and lovingly until we know, really know, that this leaf is a participation in the eternal being of God. Our relationship to reality allows us to meet things center to center, or subject to subject, inner dignity to inner dignity. Father Richard Gore. I define sacred as that which pulls us beyond the bounds of our individual selves, envelops us within mystery, and gives us a glimpse into the vast and twined eternal network of living beings that we are in relationship with. Chelsea Steinauer Scudder. I hope I got that right. And now it's time for our meditation.
Take a moment to sit in a comfortable position. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Allowing each breath to be a grounding post for your body. As you're breathing, consider that this planet gives us so many examples of stability in day-to-day life. When trees have deep roots, even some of the strongest storms can't knock them over. A mountain rooted to the ground can experience tremendous change throughout the year, yet the mountain remains the same. We can use the imagery of nature to help us create stability within ourselves. Taking a moment to imagine yourself right now as a mountain with all its foliage. The more you can embody the sense of being the mountain, the better. Sensing its groundedness. As you're doing this, experience the different seasons unfolding: fall, winter, spring, and summer, and how they affect the mountain. Maybe fall has beautiful colors. Winter brings snow or ice storms. Spring brings new foliage and flowers. and summer heat, potentially fires. As all of these changes happen in the mountain throughout the year, ask yourself, how has the mountain actually changed? The mountain remains the same, solid, rooted, and stable. Sensing into being the mountain. As you do this, know that in the midst of sweeping emotions throughout the day, you can use the natural examples of this beautiful planet of ours to help you find the stability that's within you. You can try being the mountain. Taking a moment right now and repeating to yourself, breathing in, I imagine myself as this mountain. Breathing out, I am grounded and solid. Breathing in, I imagine myself as this mountain. Breathing out, I am grounded and solid. Feeling into the balance that's there. And taking this sense of stability and balance into the rest of your day.
When the morning light comes shining and the night has lost its fight, I can feel my heart reminding every day's a chance to rise. When the clouds are hanging heavy and the world feels out of tune, I just smile and keep on steady. Better days are coming soon. Gonna be brighter than the sun when I lift my eyes and see what's begun. Every tear I've cried, every storm I've run, leads me to a day that's brighter than the sun. When the winds of doubt start blowing and the world feels cold and distant and my dreams start fading slow, I remind my soul with patience every seed still needs to grow. Through the dark I'll keep on singing, let my heart become the flame. For the light I keep believing always calls me by my name. It's gonna be brighter than the sun when I lift my eyes and see what's begun. Every tear I've cried, every storm I've run, leads me to a day that's bright. stars begin to hide, I'll still find the love around me, burning softly deep inside.
Good morning again.
Good morning.
We are all interconnected, and in fact, the original title of today's talk is Gratitude for Kith and Kin, and I changed it to Kinship with All Life because I had read this amazing book. Have any of you read this book, Kinship with All Life? It's by J. Allen Boone, and in this book, it really struck me when I was maybe in my 20s. He talks about his ability to communicate first with his dog, and it goes on through different creatures that are in his life until in the end he is communicating with a fly. Now, I never actually managed to do this myself, although I thought it was really a great idea. But this idea of connectedness, this idea of kinship with all life, brings us to a place of gratitude for kith and kin. Kith and kin. Okay, there's an interesting phrase. I love it. Kith and kin is this sort of archaic English phrase that takes me to a place of my connectedness with my family, my roots, maybe the people who've gone before me, and what a beautiful thing at Thanksgiving time. And it turned out that while I have the right idea, that's only part of the truth. The other half of it is kith. They're not the same thing. It turns out that even the English, who don't use this phrase much anymore either, but even the English these days don't know that the word kith is something different from the word kin. And kith has to do with our connectedness to the immediate world around us, especially what's called our 1 square mile. I have this, let me share this with you. Kithship, like kinship, right? But kithship. Kithship is intimacy with the landscape in which one dwells and is entangled. Jay Griffiths points out in her book, Kith, which was retitled for the American audience because we don't know what kith is, where kin are relations of kind, kith is relationship based on knowledge of place, the close landscape, one's square mile, as Griffith writes, where each tree and neighbor and robin and fox, here we might say each turkey, each hawk, each maple tree, and each stone is known not by map or guide, but by heart, by our connection through our heart, just as we connect with our kin through our heart, and we don't need a map or guide to know this person feels close to me and they're part of my life. We don't need it for the robin or for the stones that we know best or the trees that are on our walk. And our sense of kith, of place, expands our sense of kinship and makes us interconnected, and our sense of kinship expands our sense of kith, right? So these things, you can see the spiral. As we connect with them, as we connect deeply to all life, it expands who and what we are, our ability to be our best selves, our gratitude, our open-heartedness, open at the top. All of these phrases that we use are enriched by our connection. Okay, I had the most amazing experience. Speaking of being enriched by our connection, we had the opportunity, we just got back from a trip through the Panama Canal. Has anyone else done the Panama Canal?
Oh, wow.
Okay, highly recommend. It was amazing. Jim, was it amazing?
It was amazing.
It was amazing. Okay, I have confirmation now, in case I needed it. And we went from the Pacific side to the Atlantic. It takes many, many days to get down there. We had a few stops along the way, but it is not a close, it's not a close journey. It is a tremendous feat of engineering, and before we went through it, we attended a presentation on the history and the engineering and things that surrounded the Panama Canal, which was wonderful. And one thing that really struck me, back to this kith and kin concept, is while the Panama Canal is an amazing feat of human engineering, human ingenuity, blood, sweat, and tears, false starts, they finally got it done. 20,000 people died along the way or something. I mean, it's quite a story. And the Panama Canal could not exist without what they told us was a single bee. Do we have a bee photo? A single bee. A single bee, a single species that pollinates a single orchid. Next slide. This orchid, I believe, is called the All Saints orchid because it looks like an angel, like a saint. You see its wings? Yeah. Isn't that cool? And what this was a metaphor for is that this is part of the tropical rainforest surrounding the Panama Canal. Next slide, please. Do you see all that greenery? This amazing tropical lush jungle. This is called tropical rainforest. It's a very specific kind of jungle. And this jungle supports the Panama Canal because it keeps the soil in place. It makes it so there is not erosion and sedimentation. And in fact, we were told if this forest didn't exist, if this orchid and this bee, to use the metaphor, didn't exist, the Panama Canal could not be sustained. It is not sustainable without the ecosystem around it, just as we are not sustainable without the ecosystem around us. We are deeply interconnected to each other and to life. I got to one end of the Panama Canal, speaking of interconnected, to the first end that we were at, the Pacific end, and I was suddenly struck by the fact that later that same day, 50 miles, almost 50 miles later, but later that same day, several hours later, I would be in the Atlantic. And how connected is that? This made our world so much closer historically by allowing shipping to take place over a mere 6,000 miles instead of 11,000 miles, instead of having to go down around or up around, depending on which way they went, right? These routes. And so it is truly a feat of interconnectedness at a human level and at an ecological level. It brings this home. So how do we stay interconnected with all life? How do we stay in this place where we are connected to our kith, to this world around us? I'm going to go back to that Richard Rohr quote because it's so beautiful. Give me a second. I'm going to find it for you. All we have to do is walk outside and gaze at one leaf long and lovingly until we know, really know, that this leaf is a participation in the eternal being of God. Our relationship to reality allows us to meet things center to center or subject to subject, inner dignity to inner dignity. There's a practice that I particularly love that I think falls right in line with this quote. Probably a lot of you have read at least a little bit of Abraham Hicks. This is an Abraham Hicks practice, and I think I have, it might be 2 slides up. Didn't say I'd do everything in order. Doesn't happen. That other way. Oh well. Sorry. One more. There we go. It says, we will go, and I think it should say would. We would go outside, this is what Abraham recommends, every day, no matter what the weather. And we would move around in it in appreciation of this planet. We would look up and around, and we would find things to acknowledge. And we would talk about them right out loud. You are my favorite. You are my favorite bird in the tree. You are my favorite flower in bloom. You are my favorite tree. You are my favorite frog. So close your eyes for just a moment and imagine being in your ecosystem, whether that's your garden, or you're on a walk, or you're driving, whatever that might be, someplace where you see a plant or something that you can connect with. And say out loud or in your mind, you are my favorite, whatever that is. And imagine going to another one. Perhaps you've walked a little further, or your gaze strays, and find something else. You are my favorite. Feel how that connects you and opens your heart. You may open your eyes. What happens for you when you go into this place of deep interconnectedness? And this is actually a question. We're doing question and answer. We used to do this a long time ago. Some of you might remember. What happens for you when you feel this deep interconnectedness? Anybody? Emma?
Fall is my favorite time of year because of the leaves, the color. I just love basking in all the reds and yellows, and it's just, yeah, the beauty of it, it's just...
I see Emma taking a breath, and she says fall is her favorite time of year, all the beauty, the leaves, and the color. And she appears to be suffused with just how that feels. Connie?
Whenever I'm in nature at any time is when I truly feel connected to the universe or the one or whatever. I just feel a part of it. I feel the vibration. I see the beauty. I love nature so much.
Was everyone able to hear that, or do I need to repeat? Okay. Jennifer?
I feel joy.
Joy.
I feel my shoulders come down.
You feel your shoulders come down.
Yeah.
Yeah, just that. Sue?
I feel peace looking at trees especially.
You feel peace, especially looking at trees?
Mm-hmm.
My kids used to call me tree mom, because they're like, look at that tree. Oh, look at that tree. Yes, yes. And so this deep interconnectedness it feels like actually part of our being, right? It's not, we know that we're not separate in these moments. We know this essential truth where Ernest Holmes says that the manifest universe, that's everything, is the body of God. And I'd like to go back, it's one or two slides to, I found this amazing Buddhist presentation. We'll just play the first 3 minutes of this on this same subject.
There it is. Interconnection.
His accent's a little strong, so I don't know if we'll need it a little louder than usual.
Of course, as a Buddhist, Zen is a part of Mahayana Buddhism. We take refuge in Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Those are basically I don't know if love is a good word or not, but in a sense that is love. And Dogen says, Buddha is a good teacher, and Dharma, Buddha's teaching, is good medicine, and Sangha is good friends that help us, each other, to recover the health, mental health. Those are the three most valuable things for all Buddhists. But those, according to Dogen, those three are not really three different things. But Buddha as Dharmakaya, or Dharma body, it is entire universe, entire reality. And Dharma is how all beings are within this entire universe, or entire network of interdependent origination. And all beings within that interconnectedness are Sangha. As a religion called beings are everything that is interconnected. That is Dharma. And all beings existing within this interconnectedness are Sangha. So actually this is what we love and we trust. I think very basis of Mahayana Buddhist teaching is interconnectedness, because we are, each beings are empty. That means lack of self-nature, that is independent entity. We cannot be independent entity. We can live or exist within interconnectedness. That means we are supported by all beings, not only people, but we are supported by air, water, and air.
And everything. It does cut off right after that. It does cut off right after that and move into a different section. We are connected to air and water and a single bee and a single orchid and the profound creativity that created the Panama Canal, and all of that is part of all of us. And every thought that we think deeply, as Reverend Patricia mentioned at the beginning, when we went through the four things that we believe, these four fundamentals, everything that we think deeply, we are putting into this whole constellation of thought that we sometimes call race consciousness. We usually think of race consciousness as being sort of this negative cloud of thought that maybe imposes its preconceptions on us, its limiting conditions. But in a sense, there is also this thought body that we create, this energetic connection that we create as being connected with all of us. And so every time we are giving the gift of a smile or laughter or connecting with, you are my favorite leaf, you are my favorite tree, you are my favorite person, and you are my favorite person, and you are my favorite person, and you are my favorite person. As we do that, we are doing that up spiral for ourselves, for those we love, and for the world. What happens in your world when you have that sense of connectedness? What happens around you? How does it shift either your environment or how you feel about your environment?
Freedom.
Freedom. Carol.
Loving kindness and protection.
Loving kindness and protection. You feel protection and loving kindness.
Protective.
Protective.
Yeah, I changed the word.
Yeah. Thank you. Connie.
Peaceful.
Peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
Aspen.
Things go more smoothly.
Things go more smoothly. Anybody else find things go more smoothly when we're in a... Anybody heard of phrases like the zone or being in the flow?
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
All of these sort of modern, newfangled, or not that newfangled at this point, terms for this deep connection that is the profound truth of who and what we are. And I actually, maybe I don't need my phone. I'll try to do this from memory. I can do it. Send good thoughts at me. I want to tell you a story. Because sometimes during the holidays or throughout the year, we may have feelings of disconnectedness or aloneness or stress or sadness or any of the things. And all of those are part of life. And once upon a time, there was a bird. And the bird was talking to a tree. And this little bird said, I'm just one bird out of thousands, millions of birds. I'm not valuable. I'm not important. No one needs me. What use am I? And the tree said, let me show you something. And so the tree dropped a seed. It was an ancient tree. The tree dropped a seed, and a squirrel went and grabbed the seed and left part of it behind. And the part of it that left behind was swooped up by another bird, and The part of it that was left behind actually planted itself in the soil and grew a flower. It grew a flower, and a bird came along and pollinated the flower and brought that pollen to a tree and created this vast ecosystem, this tropical rainforest that surrounds the Panama Canal and all of the forests of our planet. And the old tree turned to the bird and said, "You are a unique, profound part of this world. You are absolutely required. You are important. We are important." And so if you get into those moments of disconnection, number one, spiritual practice. And that spiritual practice can be as simple as finding a leaf or a tree and saying, "You are my favorite flower, you are my favorite leaf, you are my favorite bird in the tree," whatever the thing is. That will change the energy. Go into that place of profound gratitude. This is the month of gratitude, and this is a gift to remind us to reconnect, because what reconnects us more than opening our hearts? And know that you, and know that we, me too, all of us, are absolutely essential in this world. We are absolutely essential to the other people who love us, to people we've touched in the past, to people we touch now, and to people we may touch in the future, even if we can't see it for ourselves now. We are absolutely essential to the animals around us, whether they're simply animals that we appreciate and see, or whether they are our pets. We are absolutely essential to our gardens. We are essential to this planet. We are important. We are connected, and we are one. Take that with you and spread that connection this week. Spread it with your smile, because that's your seed of love. Spread it with your love. Imagine if you go forth with an open heart, with a loving heart, how that touches other people, and we have no idea what they're experiencing and going through. Give that gift. Be that gift for yourself and others. And I wish you the most amazing and happy Thanksgiving. And I love you.
Thank you so much, Nettie. It's good to have you back.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Now I have a song for you all.
Sunlight fell and reminded me life can be so gracious sometimes. And I felt like everything around me was connected somehow. That night I They say, hold on to the ones you love. Keep them close to you. They say, hold on to this time we have. And let the light shine through. There are blessings all around you. Open up your eyes. Feel the sunlight fall upon you. Let it free your mind. There are blessings all around you. Take a step outside. Let your heart shine in a new light. See it come alive. They say, hold on to the ones you love. Keep them close to you. They say, hold on to this time we have. And let the light shine through.
I like that. Isn't that gorgeous?
From a group called it's from a group called Hollow Cove. I just love it. Let the light shine through. This is our time to call for demonstrations. A demonstration is when you have run up to something in your life, and sometimes it's running smack into it and going, this can be changed. This can be different. And you do your prayer work, you do your affirmations, and boom, it changes. So do we have any demonstrations that you want to talk about and share with our group today? Emma.
Peter got me for my birthday a really big hobby table that goes around my chair.
Oh my goodness.
And it's big enough to hold all the stuff for me to make my stuff.
Your jewelry.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, I put it together yesterday. I have power tools. I am that woman who has power tools.
They're God tools.
Yes, you bet.
There's a power tool for good in the universe.
There is.
And Emma can use it.
And I know how to use it. So it's amazing. Yeah, it's,
Oh,
and the cats love it. I'm playing on it.
Good. Aspen.
Last week during spiritual mind treatment, we asked for healing and little things, right? I asked for my roommate Jack to be healed, and as of Tuesday, things went right back around to where they normally are, and life went back to close to normal. He got healed.
So a healing treatment that bore fruit.
Yes.
What
very
demonstrated. Lovely. Yes. So,
I had been somewhat emotionally estranged from my younger daughter, and when she had her first child a couple of years ago, I was having a lot of health problems, and I wasn't able to really do what I would want to do, to help and all that. Anyway, so I've prayed about it, and I'm feeling good now, and she just had another baby, and I was able to spend a week and take care of the colicky baby and help them with the house, do everything, and I had a good talk with my daughter, and it was just so nice.
oh, it's always good for the coming together, the leaving of estrangement. I love that word, estrangement. We are not strangers. That's what happens when it feels that way. So I'm very glad that was a demonstration for you. Before I ask for those who want treatment, I want to share something. This is the peril of giving a minister a microphone. They sometimes start talking. I was at a retreat yesterday, and there was a presentation about change. And most of you know I love the model of order becoming disorder and then returning to a new order. Okay. This was a slightly different change model. And it was endings, and then into a neutral space, and then to new beginnings. Now, it was interesting that things started with an ending. And the neutral space is not necessarily neutral, but it's the ending is something external, and then the neutral part is the transition. And whatever happened is just the fact of what happened. And the middle part is how we process it, what we bring into it, all of our own unfinished business, our own expectations and assumptions, our old history, and we work through that transition until we find a new beginning. And it reminded me, because we were asked to think about transitions, and I'm going, well, I'm kind of in the middle of a big one right now. This community is in the middle of a huge transition. That the ending was when Reverend Sharon decided that she was called elsewhere and abruptly left us. And we got thrown into that change. And we're currently living in that middle part. What do we do? How do we create our own new beginning out of this? One of the questions we had was, what are we going to do about the building? Are we going to keep it? Are we going to stay? Are we going to go? This is a huge project. So last Sunday, and I want to remind you that we elected a board on the 9th of November, 2 weeks ago. We had our first meeting last Sunday, 1 week ago. Things are moving very quickly, but the board has a commitment to openness and transparency. So a friend of the board is a building inspector in the East Bay. And as a courtesy, he did a walkthrough and reported back to us. He said a lot of things, but bottom line is it's going to take $50,000 to $100,000 to get this building up to code. Okay? And the whole reason you have building codes is to make sure everything's safe and secure. The board looked at each other and had a thought, and then 3 more thoughts. And then we got together and talked and decided, unless the congregation has a different feeling, that even if we had $50,000, this may not be where we want to invest it. However, we don't have $50,000, so it's kind of a moot point, unless that's something we want to take on. So the change is we had individuals come to us who wanted to go to the landlord and talk about renegotiating the lease and staying here. The person who's guaranteeing our loan gave us 6 months to sort this out, so we do have a deadline. The board has decided to ask those gracious people to shift to be a building search committee and finding us a new place to hang out. Now, I don't know if anybody is heart level connected to this building, but moving is always a change and adjustment. So it's a transition. It's an ending of this time in the life of this community and opening to a new beginning in the life of this community. And we the board, I'm speaking on behalf of the board here, we the board have no idea what this is opening up for us. Nobody ever knows what happens when you open the door. What is it that Frodo said? You know, if you open the door and take a walk out the door, anything can happen. Anything. So rather than asking for treatment requests today, what I would like to do is treat for openness to change. And knowing that whatever is being brought to us, whatever we are bringing to us, is only for the growth and health and wealth of this community, individually and as a community. But before I do that, anybody have any questions? Comments? Peter.
I think for me, when I first came here, I haven't been coming very long. I walked in and sat in a chair, and what I wanted was to be part of a community.
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't care where it was. And I'd seen pictures of this when it was forgotten, and tremendous amount of work went into this.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, and so I think that the heart that wants to join together as a community is there. I don't feel a connection to the building, especially after I heard the $50,000 deal. And, I think that we're going to do the highest good and greatest joy for this community, and we already are. So.
There was so much work put into this that I was shocked that the price tag was that high. I thought it was going to be a great deal lower because of all the work that had been put in. And so, if any of you were reeling, I understand. Been there, done that the last couple of days. Debbie.
I want to honor the commitment to transparency that this board has made. I think when it comes to something like this that's so difficult to bring up, it's a challenge. Like, what do we say? How do we express this to the community? And I am so grateful to you and to the board for being willing to share honestly with us what is going on, so that it's not, I don't know. So it's not whatever. You get the rest. But I just want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, board.
Yeah. This is a family where we don't want secrets. Secrets hurt everybody. And I am an eternal optimist. I am convinced that we can talk about anything. We may have to take a couple runs at it because emotions may get in the way. But we can talk about anything. Shelley.
Did you actually get an estimate from a contractor for the $50,000 or $100,000?
Now, this was a very experienced building contractor, and it's mostly based on the electrical issues in this space.
Oh, the electrical.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But did you actually have a contractor go through the? Okay.
No. But it was. We are nowhere near code.
Oh, you're not near code.
We are not near code.
Okay.
I asked him for give me an A through F grade. What do we get? And he said D. But I don't think that's what he meant to say.
Do you actually know what the electrical is? The problem. Oh,
we do, and it's we do. That's not a level of detail I want to get into.
Okay, because maybe I could get my son to maybe help us. he's a contractor. So, and I've been in contracting with my husband.
How about you and I talk afterwards?
Yeah, afterwards, yeah, we could talk. Let me see what, I can maybe share something.
Yeah, because like I said, this is an open time.
Yeah.
We are gonna have to go back to the landlord. I've already got a really wonderful attorney that has been promised to lend their expertise. So the board will go through whatever comes up, step by step and thoughtfully. And we will let you know when we know enough to say more. But this seemed to be a time that we needed to start to hold to our promise, to be transparent.
Yay.
Okay?
That's a lot of money, $50,000 to $100,000. Let me tell you, you could almost build another building for that kind of money from scratch. Yeah. So, and do you own the building?
No.
Oh, well, that's another thing right there. Yeah. No, we definitely need to talk. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. No. Yeah.
But now let's treat. Yeah, but now let's treat, which is what we really needs to come before everything. So in this moment, there is only one. There is a flow of life, the source of all, which incarnated into every single element that makes up every single living and non-living thing. Everything is made up of God stuff. This building, our lease, each of us, our future, it's all God stuff. It's all God stuff. And that source that incarnated itself into every single aspect of life is constantly pouring itself in, evolving, growing, becoming even more aware of itself as it moves in the world, as us, as our community, as the Sacramento Center for Spiritual Living. And what I know is true is that Spirit is moving us. It is a flow of energy that we rest in and upon. And there are times, and now is one of them, that I release, I surrender to the flow of Spirit. And I trust the idea that existed before time and space, the idea that became the Sacramento Center for Spiritual Living, is being carried on that flow, and that everything necessary for its highest good, for its greatest outreach of good into the community, is supported in this infinite flow of opportunity, of ideas. There is a power for good. And it uses us as we use it. And I charge the law to make the way obvious and clear so that we move easily and smoothly through this transformation, this transition into our next greatest expression of the highest truth that we are. And with a grateful heart for all this and more, I give thanks. And so it is.
So it is.
And now is the time for our offering. And you all know how this works. You can go online and donate online. I think Connie's going to be passing the basket around. We take checks, we take everything. Money. All we say is give with joy, give with gratitude, because how you give is how it comes back to you. So give with gratitude, give with joy, and thank you. We can't get our little of our offertory music.
I have friends all gathered round. There's something I would say. What brings us together here has blessed us all today. Love has made a circle that holds us all inside. We're strangers or as family, and loneliness can't hide. You must give yourself to love. Love is what you're after. Open up your hearts to tears and laughter, and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. I've walked these mountains in the rain. Learned to love the wind. I've been up before the sunrise. Watch the day begin. I always knew I'd find you, though I never did know how. Like sunshine on a cloudy day, stand before me now. So give yourself to love. Love is what you're after. Open up your hearts to tears and laughter, and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love.
Our abundance affirmation, if you say with me, in a consciousness of abundance, I give freely, knowing that I am freely given to, and so it is.
That's a nice one.
Thank you.
That's a good one.
Normally we have a song after this, but we ran a little long, and I want to be sensitive to your timing. And frankly, I think "Give Yourself to Love" is probably the best closing song we could have. And we're going to change that around. We're learning as we go what works for us. So thank you all for coming. Thank you for being part of the community. And I hear, rumor has it, that there is homemade bread out there, cranberry walnut, plus deviled eggs. So go lunch, meet each other, be social, and have a wonderful week.
Thank you, Reverend.